All right, let's turn our attention now to our champs and chumps of the week. And it's along the same vein of the arrests that we saw earlier on in the week. The asbestos project was ostensibly meant to save lives and improve the quality of life of ordinary residents in the Free State who have lived under perilous conditions since the days of apartheid. Well, that was the idea, committed to on paper at least. But in reality, what the Free State authorities and their political business cronies devised was nothing but a scam, a robbery of disgusting proportions. And it seems everyone was in on it, from the Provincial Executive Council, MECs, Directors General, DDGs, all of them. Let me pause there and say, in case you're wondering why I say the Executive Council, all of it was in on it. There's the little detail about when this issue about going on a list to appoint the people to do this audit situation was being raised. And no one really raised a point about the procedural fairness of it all. And I think I'm getting it confused with the housing project. Anyway, not one stood up and said, guys, wait, this is wrong. We are stealing from those we like to describe as our people. And so our champs of the week, the politicians, tenderpreneurs and bureaucrats that opened the vault and took money meant to save lives. Well, I have no words for you. And for those who seek to convince us that you should not face the full might of the law, because to do that would, in their warped worldview, serve ANC factional interests. Get over yourselves. There are in our society objective wrongs, which is why we choose to categorize some actions as crimes. If your factional leaders are caught in the dragnet of criminality, well, tough. That's a choice they made. Get over it. There is nothing revolutionary about stealing from the poor. Seriously. Tell them, when a people's poet, Mzwakhe Mbuli, speak for me.
There they come, hanging behind those kwela-kwelas, thirsty for their blood through their sweat, and now they want to destroy peace and order, says Bayasinyanyisa. Proud of the van they hang behind, mothers crying as they see their children fleeing from the police van, all the same.
Sis Bayasinyanyisa. Well, we've spent the last hour talking about money. Let's not forget those funds belong to you, the taxpayer. Let's take a look now at the People's Poll and ENCA's Michael Marillier back to report to us. What are you seeing, Michael?
Yeah, Tula, so we asked the question on enca.com. It's been running for about 2.5 hours or so. Let's bring up the question and some of those results. We focused on the Mdluli case. He is facing charges linked to that police slush fund. And as we mentioned, that case spanning the better part of a decade. Tulis, what does it mean for South Africa's justice system? Just 3% saying our justice system actually works, given the fact, for example,
not very good,
that a cop is going to jail and is now facing corruption and fraud charges next month. 26% saying the system actually works, but it's too slow. The cogs, the wheels of justice are just turning too slowly. And this is really concerning, I think, to 71% saying the justice system is broken. We need to fix it as soon as possible. That's the result of our poll.
Yeah, you can't blame the people for holding that view. I mean, they've had front row seats to seeing how, people just never get charged. And this is not to say everyone who's accused of fraud and corruption is guilty. No one ever said that with any degree of seriousness. Yeah. We don't say that. We only say that if you are accused, you should at least stand in front of a judge or a magistrate and answer to those. And I can understand that sentiment.
One positive, I suppose, Tulis, is that Richard Mdluli, as I said, is already going to jail on a separate charge, in fact, several charges of kidnapping and assault. So he's going to jail, but now he has to deal with this corruption and fraud case. And we'll have to see how that plays out, whether our system works in that particular case.
All right, Michael, thank you for that. By the way, I meant to mention that our champs of the week would be the law enforcement agents who've been out there. So from the NPA to the Hawks to the Assets Forfeiture Unit, the Special Investigating Unit. But you don't get a slow clap from me yet, because we do need to see what you present in front of the judges and the magistrates in the coming weeks and months. And in case you're wondering, what you've been watching in the last hour is journalism with an agenda. And this is my agenda. And that's your corruption scorecard for today. Take care.